Unstable Creatures Podcast, episode 1. I am beyond excited and stoked to finally have this, finally have the means to be able to do this, and I cannot wait to watch this blossom into everything that I know it's going to. I can't wait to share this with everyone. I cannot wait to have different people on the podcast talk about life and comedy and the chaos that is being a human being in this time and era. I think that it's important, and I cannot wait to share it with everyone. I can't wait to watch this grow. I can't wait to keep doing this. It's going to be so sick. Thank you so much for even clicking on the video, watching. I hope that this is everything that I want it to be, and it ends up being something awesome. I know that it will. So this is episode 1 of Unstable Creatures Podcast with one of my really good friends, someone that has really been there for me through a lot, and someone that means a lot to me. He's also a local comedian as well, and I'm excited to dive into the topics that we want to talk about. He is someone that I hold very close to my heart. So episode 1, everybody, with Aquez Harris.
I got chicken, ducks, and roosters on the farm. I'm just beating back with Susan the alarm. Johnny ate the grass, he's moving on a bong. Gypsy blisters never sing for long. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not
little draws on him. God. Imagine he knocks over.
Alright, you're like,
And it just domino effect, everything falls. And the whole thing's fucked up. Oh my goodness. Episode 1.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Hey everybody, hey.
Please pardon us. I feel like I'm not going to be able to stop laughing with this one. This is one of my really good friends that I met through comedy. Probably the best person I've met since I started doing comedy in Brevard, honestly. Aquez Harris, everybody. Yeah. So, I feel like we always talk about just the most unhinged things and how much we want to die sometimes. And I think that's a complete necessity with friends. Sometimes you just have to talk about how, like, depressed you really
you gotta vent. You gotta get it out.
You have to vent. And I feel like you're, like, the most perfect person for that. For me. Like, I can I can say what I need to say and be a really rude person and, like, be the hater that I am, because I am a hater. I am a hater. And there's a segment that we're going to have on the pod that I'm going to be asking every person, what pisses you off?
Okay.
It is the segment. So, you know, I'm an avid hater, so there's a lot of things that piss me off. I feel like there's probably 20 things a day that piss me off.
About same.
Yeah.
Small, very small, minute shit.
Yeah, so I want to know what is something that, like, genuinely, first thing that comes to your head when you're like, this really pisses me off. What is it? Like,
right.
if you had to think of something people do, people say, or just things that happen.
I don't like the 2-line thing at McDonald's when they got the 2.
Oh, the 2 lanes.
Yeah, because I'll be sitting there for 30 minutes, and soon as somebody come up on that side, I don't like that. And
I feel like I never know which lane I'm supposed to go in.
Exactly.
Because it's like, I feel like they're just, like, funneling all the fat asses to, like, the same area, you know? And I never know, like, do I go in lane 1?
Exactly.
Do I go in lane 2? Like, if your weight starts with a 1, do you go in that lane? Or if your weight starts with a 2, do you go in that lane? I never know. I don't, that does
too
piss me
much
off.
pressure.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A does it right because they just have, like airport things that they're just lighting people into.
And then they got the app. If you got the app, you can just go on right through and scan your code. So they got 2 lanes for that.
Yeah. At McDonald's, I have the app. I actually have about 28,000 points with McDonald's right now. I got
about 50,000.
50,000. Mm-hmm. Life on the road, ladies and gentlemen. 50,000. So that's like a couple free Big Macs for sure, because I think the Big Macs are 6,000 points. I know a McChicken is 3,000. I know that. I have that memorized. Or no, a McChicken's $1,500, excuse me. And then the medium fry is $3,000. Yeah, so you could get quite, I don't know. I want to know what the world record is for like, or like who has the most McDonald's points right now. Like if everyone could like, McDonald's, if you're watching this,
it's the biggest conversation ever.
Please comment, look on the stat board right now, and please comment who has the most McDonald's points at this standing moment at 6:47 p.m. on September 5th. I want to know because that genuinely interests me. So yeah, we've been doing stand-up comedy.
Yep.
Trying to.
It's been a good, successful year for us. It's been nice.
Yeah, I'm very back in it.
Exactly.
I'm back with a vengeance. Aquez did a show at Pineapples for the first time I ever met him. And I don't know why, but I literally was just like, that is my best friend. I know his family. Me and his mom are very tight. I'm telling everybody, like, no, he's actually an amazing person. He's got a great family, a great guy, as if I know him. And then my friend was just like started talking to you and invited you to the next bar. And we were just sitting there just talking, cutting it up. And I'm like, literally, as soon as I left, I was like, I love him. Like, I want you to know that I actually love him.
For real? And
Jake's like, okay, but you're like saying that a lot. And I'm like, no, I like literally would die for him. I'd take a bullet for him. He doesn't know anything about me. And then I saw you the next day and thought that you didn't remember me because you didn't say anything. You said, ugh. And I was like, oh, perfect.
No, I didn't recognize y'all. It was a minute since that night.
It was only a day.
No, it wasn't a day.
It was 2 days. It was from Tuesday to Thursday. I didn't have any makeup on though.
Yeah,
so.
no, and you was sitting in the back, and then I just don't. I'm an introvert. I don't want to call nobody wrong. It's just I try to avoid awkward situations.
Yeah, no, I told my boyfriend, I was like, it's probably because I'm like so skinny that when I stood to the side, he didn't even see me barely. So he was just like, oh, I don't see anybody. No, it definitely wasn't that. That is so funny.
But no, it was a good night at the Moon Room. It just felt like my introduction into comedy.
Yeah.
Like, it felt so professional, and then how welcoming everybody was, and then seeing everybody kill was you. See, it was just a good night for comedy. And then you came up, it was Beyonce. First thing, it was from her Renaissance album. You was like, fit the gay disco album. And it was like,
oh, I love Beyonce.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I absolutely love Beyonce. We love Lemonade. We love all of those. But Renaissance.
Was her birthday.
Yes, it was her birthday yesterday.
So happy belated if you're watching.
Happy belated if you're watching. I think if I ever got big, I would want to do like a Beyonce birthday show. You know, like I want to perform at her show, on her birthday to her. Like I just
comedy.
Yeah, and I want to come out to whatever song was playing. I love the Renaissance album, but there's a couple songs in there that just seem very out of place, or like I'm not the right color to be listening to it, if that makes sense.
I think you got to go back. It's one of them albums that grow on you, because I didn't like it at all at first.
Yeah.
So you just...
There's one song on there that I really like. I can't think of the name of it, though.
For it, the top...
Get up off that thing, yeah.
That ain't...
That's not her?
That ain't... Get up off that James Brown that you just... Get up off that thing.
No.
You feel better.
Not that song. She's like...
Get out the way.
Yeah.
Down on that day.
Get up out my house.
Okay.
Song.
That ain't even on the album. That's a single that she released for the movie.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. But was it around the same time?
Yeah, it's a part of the Renaissance.
Okay, because I like that song. Get up out my house. Yeah, I like that one. I like that song. My landlord played that for me the other day. So. It was that's really funny. No, I feel like it was a positive night, and I think that it was just a lot of good energy between everybody. I don't think it's always that way. I think that sometimes it's a little more, mellow or whatever, but that night was like very high energy, a lot of positive energies. I love your mug.
Thank you. I brought it with me.
I got that mug out just for Aquez specifically. I only have it for him, so the only Santa things that I buy are only Black Santa. I don't Like, white Santa doesn't exist to me.
Yeah, I don't.
When I picture like Santa coming at night, that's what I see. Is a black Santa. And my mom's like, well, you want a black man to come into our house in the middle of the night? Absolutely. Like, I would rather him be black than white.
I worked at Lowe's, and at the beginning before December, they had all the Santas out. It was a white, black, Indian Santa. They had all of them.
They had an Indian Santa?
Yeah, it was an Indian Santa.
Did it have like a...
Yeah, it had the dot.
Really?
Yep, they had all...
Oh, wow. Yep. That's so inclusive. I love that.
By the end of the month, they got all of them except for the black one. The black one was still there. So I had bought
So everyone had... So
they
the
got
rest were sold out except for the black.
Yep. They had... It was... Matter of fact, it was overstocked. They had to... spread them back to
They had made a little too many. They said, you guys were chanting BLM. We thought this is what you guys wanted. What happened? Oh, gosh.
I had about 2.
Yeah, maybe if they would have made like a Snoop Dogg version, it would have sold. White people love Snoop Dogg for some reason. Have you noticed that? Like, he's made like wine and like stuff with Martha Stewart. So like
the Olympics.
Yeah, he did the Olympics. Like, white people genuinely really love Snoop Dogg. Like, he's not in the same like category, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if they would have made the Santas, maybe was it a inflatable Santa?
They would like me, you and I. It was just like a wax figure.
Oh, like a wax figure that you put in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy a black one either, honestly. You guys made the right decision with that one. I feel like I would come down the stairs and be like, oh. Imagine you go to someone, like a white person's house, and they have the black Santas who got bullet holes on them.
Training with the sound.
Oh my god, that's horrible. No, yeah, my mom always encouraged me to have like black baby dolls and stuff when I was growing up. Like, my mom was like, you know, actually don't pick the white ones. Only pick brown and black.
Okay. To include.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So like if I had like baby dolls, like she would buy me a brown one, black one here and there. Same thing with the Barbies and stuff. And I don't know, they always ended up in the dump, but she literally always bought me black baby dolls. Like brown Barbies, but black baby dolls specifically. And it's like, are these supposed to represent all the black kids in foster care? You know, like what's going on there? You know, I don't understand.
Okay, let's get off of black.
Moving on. That was the racism segment. We're gonna move on here.
Let's get off the black baby.
Oh my god, speaking of children, this is a horrible segue.
Okay.
The shooting in Georgia.
Yeah. I didn't know we was going to talk about dark topic. That is I can't stop smiling, but that is terrible. I hate that. I hate that it happened. And then school just started back. Why did you stop laughing?
No, I'm not laughing.
I'm not laughing at it.
I was reading about it because I was actually doing Chumley's last night, and I didn't even know that happened. Yep. And someone was like, there was a shooting in Georgia. I'm like, what? They were shooting cows, or like what was going on, or was it just another cop situation? And they were like, no, it was a school. And I said, okay, that's not the surprising part here. How old was he? Was he 14, 15? Exactly. And she was like, he was 14. I'm like, no way. Are his parents divorced? Let me guess it. She goes, they're literally divorced. I said, I knew it.
Did you know the shooter?
No, I actually didn't. I used to live in Alabama, so there's plenty of them there. Yeah. But yeah, he was 14 years old. And I'm thinking in my head, what would possess a 14-year-old to just be like, you know what? I'm going to kill these bitches.
Exactly.
Like, what?
And school just started back, but they say that he was talking about this shit last school semester.
Oh, he was threatening to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
he
wow.
Went through it. It killed 4 people.
I literally threatened one time to kill myself at school, and they literally, guidance counselor involved, Baker acted me, I was locked inside of a white room for days, and then someone threatens to shoot up a school and nothing gets done. Exactly. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand. I'm thinking, whenever I was 14, what was I thinking about? It wasn't, it was maybe killing my parents, but I wasn't thinking about killing the kids I went to school with, And then I'm reading, he used an AR-15. How do you even know how to work that? I can barely, if someone literally said, here's a coffee maker, make a pot of coffee, I'm screwed. If it's not a Keurig, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. How does he know how to use an AR-15?
They trained him.
Yeah. And then I go look, there's hundreds of YouTube tutorials on how to use an AR-15 on YouTube, public information. This is how you shoot somebody in the head, and it literally shows from them showing up to the store, buying the gun, getting home, and it's like, how did he even get possession of that gun? Like,
so it was a full tutorial.
Yeah, it was like, this is and then this is how you like run away from the cops. This is how like this whole thing, and I'm like, what? I can't even believe that.
Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit much. I was trying to make a joke about it last night, and it was not. It was a little too fresh.
Yeah, I steer away from stuff like 9/11. That's a.
Yeah.
I want to joke around it. I don't want to joke about it. It ain't.
Yeah.
Like I can't joke about the people dying, the building falling. Family Guy do it very well. They can do some.
Yeah, because they make like a lot of satire about the situation, but not like joking about the tragedy of it, which obviously it was a tragedy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I went through a period where I like got just engulfed by conspiracy theories for like a year, 2 years. Like I genuinely was like becoming one of those.
Yeah.
And I still to this day believe that 9/11 was like staged. Like our government caused it. Like obviously it was real 100%. Yeah. People that say that it never happened, you're psychopathic.
Yeah, that shit weird.
But it definitely happened, but like it had like a more sinister meaning behind it than just another country trying to like cause a terrorist attack. Which it's like, you know, at the end of the day, it's one of those things. Yeah, I'm curious to know like what the next terrorist attack is going to be. I feel like it's, you know, it's always at like a concert or like, you know, something like that.
Oh, you talking about in America?
Yes, I feel like those are always at concerts for some reason. Concerts are a big one for us.
You know what I'm saying? You looking for the next one in America, or you just in general? Because I think it's something going with Hamas and stuff.
The Israel.
Yeah,
honestly, I feel like such a bad person because I really don't know anything about it.
No, it's hard to keep.
No, I'm meaning like in America. Like I'm wondering, like, you know, what's their next thing? Like, are they gonna blow up a McDonald's or what's the deal? And it's like I really wish that like, how do you guys go for like the good people? How about you bomb the prisons? Like,
what?
Like
don't bomb the prisons. They already locked.
Like exactly, but I'm saying like, how about you go to like the area where people, you know, don't need to be alive and just bomb that. No. Take it out on them. Honestly, we will give you all of our rapists and child molesters and just get rid of them. But blow them up since you need to get it done so much. Get it out of their system. Get them out of here. Like, oh gosh. I literally can't even. It's so sad. Because it's like, why do you come for the innocents? Like, I have a list of people in my notebook journal right now from the 5th grade to this present day, a list of people that you can just get. And I got addresses, I've got phone numbers, I've got... Anyway.
Exactly, because...
Okay, that was the murder segment. We're going to be moving on. So yeah, I was like, I kind of wanted to delve into, I feel like we talk about mental health a lot, me and you, like as friends in general, and I feel like me and you are a little more vocal about mental health than probably some other people. And so I kind of wanted to get into a little bit of like mental health and comedy.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's
the way that they both intertwine in our lives, exactly. You know, because I feel like it's very similar for us. Yeah. Like we kind of deal with the same thing. So yeah, I kind of wanted to delve into that a little bit and like talk about the pros and cons of what comedy has done for your mental health. Because I know for me, there's good and bad. Yeah. So I kind of want to dive into that. Like, what do you feel like is a positive that comedy's done for you mentally?
It's good when it's good.
Yeah.
It's bad when it's bad.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying.
Deep, but it may be basic, but it like when I'm killing, I feel like I ain't killed too many times. It's just when I do good, I feel good.
Yeah.
But also outside of those rooms, I'm still going through life.
Right.
So I'm still like it's gradual with the things that I go through and then trying to level it out. I'm not at the point where comedy just takes away the bad. Like I'm thinking about it while I'm doing stand up. Like it's it's especially now like comedy and depression. The only reason I'm depressed, main reason, is comedy. Because I have so much pressure on myself to keep going. And then that's the goal, to keep going and stuff. But it's just like what do I do now? Like, I don't feel like going. I can't do it. I can't put up with it. I'm an introvert at heart, so me just being by myself right now is that's what I need.
Yeah.
But everybody, they preach that you just keep going, and I don't want to. Not right now. I just don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
So
I feel like people say those things because like that's just their perspective, or in life, the more you do something, the better outcome you're going to get, obviously. That's why they say practice makes perfect. But to me, perfect practice is what makes perfect. Not just, I'm just showing up and going through the motions. Yeah. Because I feel the same way. Like some people say, you know, when you do it, when you go up and do comedy and make other people laugh and try to, you know, not focus on yourself, it's supposed to heal you in ways, and I struggle with that too. I feel like it doesn't really. It sometimes makes me feel worse because I'm like putting more pressure on myself and I'm stressing myself out. And it's not because like I think I'm going to go up there and do bad. I know that no matter what, I'm going to do good. Exactly. Like people are going to laugh. That's a given, but it's really about how I feel. Yeah. And I think that like for me, putting on that face of like, I'm happy, I'm funny, I'm this person that everyone's so used to me being is really exhausting. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you were that person in your friend group that like always made people laugh. You're always the life of the party. You're always like dancing, funny, like fun to be around. You're the loudest. You're the life of the party. You're the center of attention.
I'm the nigga.
Well, you're that always.
I'm the nigga that social media say check on that friend.
Yeah, yes.
And I'm reading that, I'm like,
yes.
I came to that realization, nigga, I'm that friend.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, when I'm good, like when I'm living life, everything fine, I'm not depressed, I'm not dealing with nothing, it is great. But when I'm going through it, it's not cute.
Yeah, I completely agree. And like, not to get like too dark or deep, but like Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors, comedians, and people that have ever been famous ever. He's like top 3 of my favorite. And not just for his like movies and film or his comedy, but because I feel like I understand him as a person more than the average person. Like, he was always the funniest, the goofiest, the one that makes people laugh, and I am the friend that they tell you to check in on because I'm so good at pretending like everything is okay and putting on the mask, and like it's my personality to make other people laugh. That's just a natural thing for me, but sometimes it's fake. Sometimes it's not real. And sometimes you don't have the energy to put that mask on and that facade. And it's such a blessing and a curse because I've talked to my therapist about that so many times. Like, people are so used to me being a certain way, which is loud, funny, obnoxious, talkative, like center of attention, all of those things. That's what people are used to me being. And that the second I'm not, something's wrong with me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
They catch it real quick.
Yeah. And then it's like, are you sick? What's wrong? You know, da-da-da. And it's like, obviously, I'm not going to sit here and break down in the middle of a Buffalo Wild Wings about why I'm depressed. But, you know, like, it definitely is one of those things, like, a pro for me, comedy has really helped my confidence in a lot of ways. I, like, was mortified of public speaking, had horrible social anxiety when I was a kid, like would sweat and like shake and freak out if I had to ask for extra ketchup, or like if my order was wrong, I like would not do it, can't do it, wouldn't speak up for myself, none of those things whenever I was younger. And then over time, like forcing myself to get out of that, and you know what, I'm just going to do musical theater because I think that it's really stupid, but I think it's going to help me comfortable, like be in front of people in a more comfortable manner. And so I did it. It was super lame, super cringy, all of the things, but I sang in front of people, I acted in front of people, and I got comfortable. And comedy has really helped like my self-image, my self-esteem. Obviously not always, but it's boosted that for me. So what do you feel like is a con? What do you feel like something negative comedy has done for you? Yeah, like your mental health in general.
Neglecting all of my other responsibilities. Yeah. So when I started back at this year, before then I was going to the gym every morning, going to work, being like the best worker, eating right, and once I started back, all that went out the window.
Yeah.
It was like, but comedy was so good that fuck it, I'll get it back going. But it's like I'm not a person that can multitask. I need to focus on one thing at a time because I just know like I can't focus.
Yeah.
So knowing that and then just excelling in comedy, but everything else going down, like, damn, Quez, you need to get a hold of it. But damn, I'm doing so good over here. Hey, do this show. Oh man, you killing. Like, hell yeah, but I need to stop. And like, no, nigga, keep going. Like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. And that's another thing. Like, I'll listen to a motherfucker real quick. And they be giving great advice, but me, it's good to know yourself, and I know myself, and I know when to like stop. But I just
and we always know what's better for ourselves better than anybody else. Exactly. You know, people are trying to like encourage you, but we at the end of the day do know what's best for ourselves. And it's like basically one of those things you have to look at, like work-life balance is kind of what it seems like. And comedy is one of those things that is a very slippery slope, and it's like why so many comedians are sober and why a lot of them don't drink and like don't party like that, because it's a vibe and an energy that can really suck you in, you know, very easily, because you're having fun and you're, you know, doing good things and hanging around people that you like and all that. And comedy is one of those things that like can keep you out until 3 or 4 in the morning every single night, like if you wanted it to, you know. So finding that balance is hard. I feel like a con for me is kind of along the lines of that too, like finding the balance in a schedule. But also I think a con for me is that I feel like I like almost started doing it for the wrong reasons, if that makes sense. Like, obviously I love comedy and I appreciate the art and I like writing and I like performing, but I think it's kind of made me realize that I did it for attention. Like, and I feel like everyone does, you know, that's probably 70% of why we do it is attention. But I think that it's made me realize like it's time to not focus on the attention and it's time to focus on like the art of it. You know what I mean? Like what it really is and what you're doing. Cause I think like when I first started, I was on such a high for so many months that like I didn't really care about what it was that I was doing. It was just that I was doing it. Like I wasn't like, how do you write a joke? Like I didn't watch any of those videos. I still don't know. Like I don't know what the format is supposed to be, the formula. Cause I really think that's like old age thinking in my head, but that's definitely a con for me. Like it's made me realize that like, why am I doing it? You know? Yeah.
With that, like I always prepared for it and just like constantly watch videos, and I pushed it back so long. But I was performing beforehand. Like before I did my actual set, I was just doing stuff like performing at work, doing stuff at school, but it just wasn't like considered stand-up in that moment, like just actually getting on stage and doing it. But up until that point, I would just watch these videos on how to do it to be like, okay, I'm a be a comedian. But it was one video I watched, like, okay, but you can't keep on just watching videos, you gotta actually do it. Right. So like, that's right, I can't keep on preparing because when am I gonna do it? So
it's like one of those things, you'll never be prepared enough. Like you'll never feel prepared enough. It's just you have to just get out there and do it, and like whatever happens genuinely just happens. And whether it's good, whether it's bad, it just has to be what it is. And I think that a lot of times like finding your niche or finding like what motivates you is what kind of helps. Like for me, the motivation is it's fun. You know, before for me, a lot of it was like the party aspect because I drank a lot more than I do now, and I stayed out late and I didn't care about work or any of those things. So it ended up becoming something that I hate, you know, because it was like I can't balance all of these things and I can't keep up with it. And I think comedy like humbled me in a lot of ways and made me realize like, you're not the best here. You actually really suck. You're not good. and you need to stop acting like you are. Yeah. You know, like, and for me, like, I think that I'm like literally size 2, gorgeous. I see photos of me and I'm like, oh my God. No one was going to tell me there was a hippo on the stage. Like, excuse me. I'm up there looking like Captain Underpants. And in my head, I'm literally giving Jessica Alba. Like, I'm giving Victoria's Secret model. Like, I'm skinny, waist is so tiny. I see photos of me and I'm like, oh, perfect. I didn't realize I was 753 pounds. Like, I think so. It's definitely humbled me in those ways too.
It's humbling. And
pushed me, like, to realize that, you know, you aren't the funniest. You aren't the best. And I think that I delusionally, like, in my head am usually the best at something. Like, I could be going anywhere. Like, if I'm like at Publix, I'm like, oh, I'm literally the prettiest person here. Like, I'm shopping the best. I walk the best. Like, I'm working on that with my therapist currently of why I have those delusions. I think it's the bipolar too, because I go through times where I like feel like I'm literally perfect. No one could ever. And then other times I'm like, I really just want to kill myself. No, the suicide hotline will be at the end of the video.
I feel like we all go through it, man. It's tough. It's tough.
It is. Life is like crazy right now. And I think that comedy is one of those things that can be an escape for people, but sometimes it gets a little like political or a little like, you know, back and forth with things that can be difficult to process, because at the end of the day, like, comedians are extremely insecure. We're all very like sensitive about everything. We're very insecure. We're very, you know, I'm honestly one of the worst. Like, I'm an avid hater. I'm very much like, if I'm not invited to something, you're done. You don't exist to me. Like, I just want everyone to be like, oh my God, Celine. And it's never going to happen.
That's one thing. Like, I'm the opposite. Like, I don't care. I wish I would have got invited less to places. Like, and it's a part of me knowing me. Like, okay, I want to do this. I just wanted to, like you said, perfectly practice. Yeah. Be more mindful of the jokes instead of just getting up. Like, I want to work on the craft. Like Louis C.K., he said when he had a child, he just stopped going to go. He focused more on his work because his time was limited out because he had kids at home. So it's another lesson that I'll take with me and just continue to grow with it. Just learn to get better at, like, just do these jokes. Don't be trying to do no other. As soon as you done, leave.
Yeah. That's how I feel like a lot of people, like, at least just comedians that I've seen these days, like, not just here, but like just in general, I feel like a lot of them do it just to do it. And it's not like I'm genuinely trying to get better. It's just I'm getting up because it's fun. You know what I mean? And like, that's fine. Like, some people don't take it serious and who cares, you know? But I think that that's something that I really have been trying to work on, is like intentionally going up and doing things with intention more than just I'm doing this because. And not just with comedy, but like everything in my life. Like, I'm doing things with intention, and it makes everything feel better.
Like you in control.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm a Libra, so our Okay. I'm not trying to be. Hey, so the reason why I cussed you out, I'm a Libra. No, I like astrology, but I don't read my horoscope or like make decisions off of it. But I think it's really interesting. Yeah. Like, so Libra is like the scales, right? So we're like the balance. What do you mean?
Okay.
You know, like the balancing scales, like when you take each thing here.
I just thought you were talking about like a fish scale.
Yeah, no, not a fish scale, like an actual scale.
Okay.
And so like our lives have to be like balanced. Like, balance is a big thing for us, I guess. Or like, I've seen like Libras get more like get more irritated. When she says she's an astrology sign, get out of my face. But no, I've seen like different, I don't know, it's just like interesting to see how like different people handle different things, because to me, like, I'm that way about like balance in life. And like, if I'm lacking in one area and I'm doing something really good, it doesn't matter to me that I'm doing that really good. It's because I'm lacking over here. It's like making me feel unbalanced. Gotcha. So like, even like tonight, like, Jake wanting to go to a show, and in my head I'm like, okay, well, I have dishes and laundry to do and this and that, and I have work tomorrow. Like, things have to be balanced, because if I lack on one and just feed into the other, I'm just gonna be stressed out and like annoyed,
And that's how I know astrology is some bullshit, because I'm a Leo, but I'm a balanced motherfucker. Like, I feel like,
you lean in this way.
Like, I want it to be level, like you said, work-life balance. I want that so bad, and I'm gonna get it, but it's just so much, man.
And it's like the type of job you have too, because it's like most places don't have like a set, like most people have a very set schedule, you know what I mean, and then can work around that and create balance. But for me, like, my new schedule with work is going to be like very sporadic hours and different days every new schedule, so it's like not going to be the same. So that is hard. I don't like that. I like when I have like my set schedule and I know I can bank on that and I can work around that. But yeah, I think that comedy, it's like it's really a blessing and a curse. Yeah, it really is. It's like it's so fun and it's so awesome and it's so fun to do, and meeting all the people is awesome, and like getting better and making people laugh is obviously like a plus. But there is a lot that comes with it that people don't realize.
And I wouldn't even say this is a con. It's just the pressure that I have with it. Like, I want to be great at what I do, not trying to be famous and stuff. I want all that stuff to come, but it's just, I like the art.
Right.
And I like what comes with it, the attention, the people like appreciating what I'm saying. Cause you don't get that often. And for the whole room to be laughing at with some shit that I thought of that's cool as hell, and I just want to, I forgot where I was going with it. I just want to get better with this. The pressure is so tremendous.
Why do you feel like you put so much pressure on yourself? Like, if you had to say, this is why I feel like I have to do this, what do you think it is exactly?
I look at my whole life in every aspect of it, and I compare it to comedy. So work, church, anything that happens, somebody die, I'm thinking about comedy. Like, oh my God, like how am I just progress? It's just, I don't know.
Like, you're saying, like, how am I going to get through this so I can do comedy?
It's just, no, like, it's just everything. Like, I want to get up. Oh, I'm not getting up right now. What do I need to do? It's just, it's constant. No, it's always in the background.
Right.
I may not be thinking about it directly, but it's always back there. Like, anything else could be going on, but it's still there. And then that's how I know, like, I want to do it, because I'm thinking about it every second.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I went through, like, whatever Julian was saying, I went through my sabbatical. I went through literally exactly what you're saying. Like, I did it for like 6-7 months. I did a bunch of shows. I was on everything. I was having a great time. And then all of a sudden I couldn't like get past whatever I was dealing with. Like, and I couldn't necessarily put my like finger on it, like what it was. I couldn't get past it. Like, okay, I want to go up and I want to do this, but I can't. Like, I don't have jokes. I don't feel like I can't do this. And then the next day I'm like, God, I really need to get back out there again. And like, I'm seeing everybody post all their shows all the time, clips, having fun, doing all this and that.
Delete all the apps, Instagram, you don't want to leave everything.
And I'm like, I'm not in the group chat anymore. Like, I don't exist. There's new people that don't even know who I am. Like, oh my God. And I'm like getting FOMO, you know, like, and then I think about it every day. Like, wow, I'm completely missing out. I don't have anything to show for it. I did all that and like did really good, and I have nothing to show for it, because if I got up there tonight, I wouldn't know any of my jokes and I would do horrible. And so like, I went through the same exact thing, and it definitely took time. Like, it took a while for me to get out of that. And I think that I had to make the decision of, do I like comedy more, or do I like stability more? Which one do I like more? Because at the end of the day, comedy doesn't create stability. It in every way, no matter what way you look at it, is going to create instability because of the times that you're doing it. It's late at night, you know, the consistency, there's 5-6 mics a week, you know, so it's like, if you're going 2 nights a week, that's 2 nights a week that you're not doing something else. So it's like with anything, like a relationship, a new job. I mean, it just creates instability. So I had to make the decision of, do I like comedy or do I like stability?
How bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it? And finding like the perfect balance and not doing it 6 nights a week. I'm only going to be doing it 3, and that's it. And I'm sticking to that, and I'm not going to veer off that unless something comes up. You know what I mean? And so that has helped me a lot, but it definitely was really hard. Yeah. Like, and yeah, like just mental health in general. And I feel like people address it, but don't really talk about it and really what it means. 'Cause I think, again, we're all trying to like be the best and pretend, and everyone's just trying to take a jab at you and be funny. And sometimes being around that energy is just like, you just can't. Like, that's a big part of it, I think, for you too. Yeah,
it's just like, I will bring the party down. Like, if somebody addressing me, I'll laugh and do nothing, but I can't hold a conversation. Like, I can't function right now. Yeah. And then it's fine. And I'm thankful for all that I'm going through, because it's going to make me better. It's teaching me lessons. It's something to look back on. And I'm just ready to get past it. But in order to do that, I just got to, because I can make a lot of excuses. I can get ready for the gym, take all my supplements and everything, but I can easily sway my whole mood and be like, nigga, go to sleep. And I'll go to sleep. Yeah. And it'll be a good sleep. But I'll be pissed off when I get, like, it'll fuck up my whole day. Yeah. Because I didn't do what I needed to do. Yeah. I think that, that comes into play with a lot of things. And I think that, like, when something happens, or like your life changes in general, like with a job or a living situation or something, like, people constantly say, oh, well, you just need to do comedy, you just need to get out there, you just need to do it, like how you were saying. And it's not the same. And it's like, I want to talk about that, but like, I can't go on stage and talk about it. Exactly. They'd be like, and that's like the most frustrating part, is like, how can I make what I'm going through funny? And that's what they say, do that, like, write about it, joke about it. And I'm like, I can't. I go up there, I say to y'all, this shit lame, and nobody. That's what I'm saying. They're They're literally gonna Baker Act me and call the police if I get up there and like vent about my situation. Like, you know what I mean? It is so frustrating, and that was like the most frustrating part of all of it to me, was I still don't have a single joke from it. I couldn't even write. And I'm sitting there, how can I make almost getting evicted out of my apartment funny? How can I make, my car breaking down and I don't have a vehicle right now and my license is suspended funny? How can I make those things funny? And I just couldn't. This shit ain't funny right now. It's really not. Ain't no joking move. Cut the cameras. Stop laughing, because I'm done. I can't do this shit anymore. Like, seriously. But yeah, I definitely, like, I think that once you get over the fog, you're going to be able to make a lot more sense of it, because there's no point in trying to make sense of it right now. And this is going to be I want to do comedy until I die. This is going to continue to go on. Right. I believe the challenge and the lesson here is to keep going no matter what. Yeah. And it's just, I'm not in that space right now to be, I can do it. It's too much. I'm talking too much. Yeah. That's another thing of mine. I just talk too much. I'll talk on the phone and stuff about it. When I got confirmation, like when we talk, I'm like, okay, that was a good conversation. But I keep on talking about it, knowing that I know what actions I need to make. It's so hard, because I don't know if it's depression, laziness. It's so hard to. Yeah. It's just. You know what? I've already told you this, and I'll tell everybody: go to fucking therapy. It honestly is something that has always done a positive for me. I've been on and off in therapy for like a long time. I went without therapy for a while, and then I was in therapy again. And at the end of the day, it will do nothing but good. Yeah. Like, it's not going to do negative for you unless you like have a terrible therapist or something. But to me, being able to talk to a professional and like just dump everything and like, this is what I'm dealing with. Why do I think about these things? Why, whenever I'm driving on the highway and I see a homeless person walking, why do I think about hitting them? Why am I like, I need to know what is going on. Like, and talking to a licensed professional that like knows the back end of things, have an explanation for you. Oh, well, this is caused by stress and you're stressed out because of this, and like, be able to have that kind of like professional advice and soundboard, not really for them to tell you what to do, but like to make sense of it, is a huge
huge game changer, because I feel like, you know, a lot of times we're just going through it with no answers. Like, we don't know what it is that we're dealing with. We don't know if it's depression. We don't know if it's anxiety. We don't know if we have sleep apnea and we're not getting...
Diabetes, bro. This whole week been thinking, like, nigga, you probably got diabetes. I've been so scared. Like, I'm thinking about
I refuse to let them check my blood sugar. Don't. Because I know I do. Like, I do not need that negative energy at this moment. I've only got 2 more weeks on my parents' health insurance. I don't want to know nothing. If I got a cavity, don't tell me. If something's broke, don't tell me. Oh my God, speaking of that, there was literally a doctor in Florida today that removed the wrong organ from his patient and they died.
I seen it on news.
You did?
Yeah.
He was like supposed to remove their liver and accidentally like remove their like spleen or something.
Jesus.
How do you even do that?
I rebuke you.
I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Because can you imagine the doctor's like pulling it out, like puts it in the examination. He's like takes off the gloves, takes the lab coat off, and is like, another successful day. And they like tap on his shoulder and they're like, sir, your patient's dying. It's looking like they're dead, actually. And he's like, what are you talking about? And they hold up the bag and it's literally the wrong organ.
My thing is, it's like 50 people in that room. They couldn't, like, hey, bro, that's the wrong one.
That's what I'm saying. And like, I know nothing about the body. I don't know where the liver, I don't know what either of those
I really
things
can't talk on this situation. I'm not qualified.
Yeah. Honestly, I would do the same. Like, I would probably do much worse.
Yeah.
What do you feel like your profession would be in an alternate life? Like, if you could start all over, you're rich, like nothing is a concern. You could be anything you wanted to be. What would you be?
I love construction. Construction is cool.
So you'd be so you'd be Mexican.
What do you mean, you famous, like you a star?
You could be anything, like in a parallel universe, in an alternate life. What would be your?
It's a lot of stuff. I like construction, music.
Like a musician.
Yeah, it's just.
I could see that.
I like a lot of art, but I don't.
I can see you being a little rapper.
I want to get into them things, but you know, when you do one thing, you known for that one. It's just. But I do want to explore the arts.
Yeah, I feel like you could definitely tie like freestyle and comedy into
I know how to rap and shit. I'll be joking with it.
The next segment is going to be freestyling class. Drop a beat. No, for real. I think in an alternate life, I genuinely would be like a police officer.
Okay. My grandma wanted to be a police.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell her this. I'm kidding. Yeah, like I would want to be like some type of like police officer or like FBI, like SWAT team that like bangs open the door and just kills everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I would want to be like, or like even like in the military, like combat.
I did want to do the military.
You know, like just pull up to Israel and just be like, what's the fucking deal? Like, spit that game, shorty. Like, what is the problem? What is y'all's problem? Like, that's what I want to know. That's what I don't think anybody's ever asked any of these countries that. What is actually the issue? What's going on?
It's too much to follow. I like history too. I would be a teacher. That's something I
feel
want
like
to do.
You'd be a good teacher.
Thank you.
Like a history teacher.
Yeah, I want to do all that stuff. It's like I got a list of stuff that I want to do, and I'm gonna get to it. I'm just depressed right now.
No, honestly, it's giving embarrassment and sadness. Drop in the comments below what emotions we look like to you from inside out. Drop in the comments what emotions we look like.
Something shocking. 10 years later, 0.
No, I literally already told everyone in my life, if this gets no views, I'm calling it quits. We're packing it up, folks, and I'm selling all this equipment if you guys need it.
That's how fragile it is. You start some shit, you're not in the right mood, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm too insecure to like go on these new ventures because it's like if nobody pays attention, like even if only one person pays attention, it's not good enough. I need everyone in the world to watch the pod. Like, I want it to have 700,000 views by tomorrow morning, or it's a failure to me. And that's such a toxic trait that I have. Yeah. Like, if I don't do really good at something, it's a failure. Yeah. And I hate that about myself.
I don't go that. I will. It's different when you just posting content. Like it's them numbers.
Yeah.
I get caught up in them numbers, but
that's why I don't post.
Yeah.
I don't post. I'm not ready for that rejection. I can't deal with it. I have bill collectors calling me enough, and that's enough negative energy for me, is the voicemail saying, oh, I have a balance of like $500 something. I don't need any other negativity. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, I don't know. I just, like, even if this gets any hate comments, I'm screwed. If someone says, oh, fatty, I'm done. Like, one fat comment, it's it for me. You will never see me again on this platform, on a video, on a picture. I cannot physically do it. And it's like, that's why I'll never be in a roast battle.
Yeah, nah.
Because I will roast the hell out of somebody. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
I will roast. The second it comes for me, I can't be there.
But I will cry.
No, seriously.
I only do it as self-defense. It's a mechanism that I do to protect me, but I don't like to go at folks. Yeah. And then if they come back, like, I only got one. I can do one good.
Just one round. No, this one guy told me I looked like a Puerto Rican Epcot ball. Like the Epcot.
What is that?
Look up the Epcot ball. Go ahead and look it up and show it to the camera. He told me I looked like a Puerto Rican Epcot ball. And I lost it. Just look up Epcot. EP.
EP.
Yeah, EPCOT. I think Epcot.
Let's see.
Just look up the Epcot.
I see Cobra Kai. Hold on. Epcot.
No, Eb.
Like episode EP.
Wait, is it EP or EB?
I had put ED in front. I put
it's Epcot. I think it's EPCOT.
EPCOT. Oh, it's one word.
Yeah,
see, I'm spacing it. Epcot. Ball.
Yeah. That's what he told me I looked like right there.
Show
the camera what that is. He told me I looked like a Puerto Rican Epcot ball. Yeah. So that put me in the hospital for 2 weeks. I couldn't handle that. Couldn't do it. I'm terrible at that. But yeah, I think I'm really excited for the pod. I'm excited for where this is gonna go, regardless of the hate comments.
Yeah, man.
My feet will be out in every episode, so pay attention.
This is a good thing. It's gonna go far. Life is good.
Yeah, it really is.
You gotta lie to yourself to get through this shit. Life is wonderful.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to think about that. Like, for real. When I get so depressed, I'm like, Selena, I mean, seriously, like, you could be starving. Like, I genuinely need to be starving. And you're over here eating your third DiGiorno pizza for the day, and you're so upset. And it's like, I need to count my blessings.
It's for real. And then that self-talk, like, that's another... I don't know why my mind just got so negative. Like, I used to be good. It just went down. But it was one day... I started crying, and then I was so stressed, and then I just started speaking positivity, and I felt good.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They say be gentle with yourself. That's what I struggle with a lot, just being so hard on myself. And
I'm awful to myself.
For no reason. Yeah. For no reason.
I'm horrible to myself. I say the worst things. Like, I get up in the morning, and I'm like, ogre, fat, gross, Shrek. Who let her in here? Get her out. Whale, big. I look in the mirror to brush my teeth, and I'm like, disgusting, ugly, fat, you're a fat fuck, big piece of shit, big backed beluga bitch. If people could hear what I say to myself, they'd be in shock, and they'd be like, honestly, same. It's pretty bad. Exactly. Yeah, we got to be kinder to ourselves.
Then I got this show tomorrow, the big one. This will be my last one before I go. And I wanted it to be like that. My thing is, I haven't got up in the past 2 weeks now.
Oh,
and
child.
I'm gonna do word for word. I'm gonna watch a good video of mine, and I'm gonna try to do that. But it's just, I ain't nervous or nothing. Like, I ain't scared of crowds or nothing. It's just my expectation to do good. I ain't never like afraid of a crowd. It's me having funny stuff to say.
Yeah.
I think that's my thing.
Yeah, I think that's super important, and like trusting what people say, because I struggle with that a lot. Like imposter syndrome, you know, when people say like, oh my God, you did so good, or you're so talented, or you're this, and I feel like people are just lying to me, and like they like I've somehow tricked them into thinking that, or like I have fooled them in some way, or they just caught me on a good night, you know? And I hate that, because like people can tell you 100,000 times, you know, you're beautiful, or you're funny, or you're amazing, or you're any of those things, and I will not believe it. They're lying to me, they're making that up, they feel bad for me, like that's what I think, and it's awful, and I wish I would stop.
And I feel like my stuff that I do, like this ain't even me. Like I haven't been me. I had some nights, but I haven't actually been, like they ain't seen nothing yet. And then to say this is good, it's just another thing that I beat myself up about.
Yeah, I know like a lot of comedians who like have been comedians for like a while. They watch their stuff from like years ago and they're just like repulsed because their comedy has changed so much, which obviously that's like, you want that. You want your comedy to change. I hope I never do the stuff I did whenever I first started ever. And I hope the stuff I'm doing now, I never do again in the future. Like I hope I just keep continuing to get better and not being so hard on myself. That's like what we have to work on, is not being so hard on ourselves and holding ourselves to such a high standard, because we will never meet the standards we have for ourselves, you know? And something my dad used to tell me, I'll leave you with this, something my dad used to tell me that made me like think about things differently, is he would tell me, I want you to say some things that you say to yourself. I'm like, okay, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm shaped like a pig, like, you know, those things. And my dad was like, now let's say you met like a new girl at school, or a new person started your job, and she's a really nice girl, super sweet, you know, all that stuff. Imagine she looked like you. Would you say those things to her? Would you call her ugly? You're shaped like a pig. Would you say those things to her? And I'm like, no, I would never say that to anybody. And he's like, so then why would you say it to yourself? Period. Mr. Mikey Bias, we love him. A lot of trauma caused, a lot of knowledge gained by my father.
That's beautiful. That's
like
real shit. Oh, that's for real.
It really is. So anytime I'm like saying something to myself, I always think, would I say that to somebody?
The new girl on the block, would you say that?
Yeah, or just someone you care about, like anybody, but just thinking of like a stranger that you don't know that's really nice, you know, would you say that stuff? So if you wouldn't say it to another person out loud, like, Aquez, you're stupid, okay, I would never say that to you. So why would I say it to myself? You know, like thinking about that. So that changed my perspective about things. Yeah. And so I always try to like say nice things to myself in the mirror. Big booty, thin waist, a lot of money. You're rich. And manifesting. For real. None of those things are true, but we can pretend. Well, I think we had a great episode. This was so much fun.
I hate that it was all centered around, but I feel like it is a good topic. My mind is so much on it. Yeah. Like I can't expand like to further things to talk about, but.
Yeah, and I think the reason why I wanted to have you on like during this time is because I think it's like super important to talk about. I think that not enough people talk about it, and especially men in general. Like men in comedy just don't talk about anything besides Trump and tits. You know,
we say this in titties.
Period. Yep, exactly. Y'all are predictable. And so I think people don't really talk about like the real shit that comes with it and how deep it really can be, and like what people go through, just not in a comedian aspect, but how you tie mental health and comedy together and how difficult it can really be.
And I will say, like, people around like in this area, in our group and stuff, They've been very helpful, because like that's all I talk. That's why I'm like going to the show, because that's all I'm bringing everybody now. Like, I'm depressed. Like, what do you got about depression and comedy? And they give some good true shit, and it be helping in that moment. Yeah. But then as time goes, like the next day, the next hour, like but it'll
feel it again. Yeah, definitely. Well, that is the wrap. Anyways.
But yeah, this was very good.
Very good. I cannot wait to have you back. I'm very depressed and very sad that you're leaving.
Oh yeah, it's my last.
It's gonna be very hard for us, and I think everybody in Brevard, it's gonna be tough. But I'll be going to Texas soon enough. Don't you fret. I'll be there. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you decided to come and get out of your shell a little bit and talk.
Thank you for having me this first episode with Frankenstein and them. I love it.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. All right.
Now, they be the awkward part. How we...
Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Glasses shattering, million fractions on my face. I can't seem to put them back together in one place. Fractured on my fingers, swollen tongue is out of taste. Cut down all my trees, I'm catching monsters by the lake. I hope I'm not wrong.